New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Live from a secure concrete bunker somewhere in Ohio, New Thought Media Network presents Pastor Michael Mangus with Friday's Fireside Chat, spiritual conversation for today. Here he is from the secret radio room, surrounded by thousands of watts, Pastor Michael Mangus.
Well, anyhow, hello there, welcome. As I get the right frame on, there you go, and welcome this evening. To everyone across the United States and around the world. Yes, it is time once again for another fun-filled, thrill-packed, and yes, guaranteed exciting edition of the Friday evening Fireside Chat here on your New Thought Media Network. I am the Reverend Michael Mangus, and I'm broadcasting this evening from the secret radio room, surrounded by thousands, and I mean thousands of watts, in the extremely secure concrete bunker that received extra fortification this week, and that we are still not going to reveal the location to the Reverend Dr. Robert Brzezinski, who is my boss and Chief Inspirational Officer here at the New Thought Media Network. We are not going to reveal it because sometimes I want to hide from him. Well, hi there. Good evening. Welcome to everyone. Good to see everyone this evening. We already have a comment from the spiritual director of Summit Center for Spiritual Living saying, hello, you're on the air tonight. Yay. That's because last week I forgot to push the go on air button by accident. So myself and my co-host, the Reverend Jeff Radcliff, we were talking to the walls. Anyhow, the purpose of our get together this evening is to get our beverage. This is coffee, by the way. This should be some type of like malt liquor. We'll talk about that in a moment. But we're here this evening to talk about contemporary issues from a New Thought, spiritual perspective. And I'll tell you what, the news this week has been nothing but a fire hose, and we'll talk about that also. But we get together here around the fireplace. We put an extra log in the fire and we talk about these issues. We don't bury our heads in the sand about them. We just go ahead and we bring them up. And most of the time we laugh about them because it is just so hilarious what is going on out there. But I want us all here again to have a new thought about what is going on in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, star of stage and screen, here he is all the way from the great state of Tennessee, formerly of the greater state of West Virginia. Here he is, live and not talking to the walls, the Reverend Jeff Radcliff. Jeff, how are you this evening?
I'm okay. I'm in a mood. Don't get me started.
Oh, I don't know, man. The news tonight.
So much stuff going on.
Well, we all know why we're here.
Yeah. We're going to endanger our spirituality once again.
No, it's to take it's to put a little more luster on your halo.
Is that a ball joke?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, I was not. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into more trouble, we're all here this evening. Not for
Lord,
the Fireside Chat. We're here for Reverend Jeff's story of the week. And
it's
this
a good
week,
one too. It's a good one too. Two of them, actually. It's part A and part B.
Legal has gone over your stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's actually on with us tonight. So,
and wrote back to me. They wrote back to me and said that they miss the old controversial Reverend Jeff because they looked forward to reading your stories on Friday afternoon. It ended their week well.
Oh, so you want me to start typing them out and sending them in again?
Well, no, you do that anyhow.
Well,
No, I guess no. Okay, I'm sorry. They said that you sent a summary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, just because you have two stories, though, doesn't mean that your airtime is doubled.
Well, then I don't know why I'm even here. I seriously don't.
Now, we're here this evening to see how many F-bombs that legal is going to allow you to use tonight.
I picture this big wheel, like on
Right.
This Is Right, and
Right.
there's Rev Doc spinning it,
Right.
and whatever it falls on is what they give me.
Well, they have given you this evening 10.
I won't use them all. I'm not that crass. I'm not that crude.
Hold on here. Already people are chiming in. Hello there, Tim. Good to see you tonight. And
Diana, hey.
Here he is.
Mm.
Both legal and ethics are watching this evening.
Now, I may be a little bit crass, and I may shoot from the lip, but I am never unethical. I may skirt the line of legality from time to time, but I am never unethical.
Both legal and ethics?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was an ethics committee.
I didn't know.
He's just making that shit up.
That was Jeff. It's not me. All right.
The opinions expressed by Reverend Jeff are those of himself and no one else.
Take what you like and leave the rest. Well, anyhow, since we won't be here next Friday, happy Thanksgiving to one and all here in the U.S. And once again, the spiritual leader of Summit CSL, Diana Mangus, has forbidden me to fry a turkey in hot peanut oil out near the garage, citing that I have been known to burn things while cooking and once in a while set things on fire. So she is not allowing me to do that this year. Now, I asked her then if we were going to the Chinese restaurant next Thursday, and she threw a cast iron skillet at me slammed the door and told me to go eat at the city mission on Thanksgiving.
Ooh. 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 Oh, she don't play, does she?
Oh, no, she doesn't. Well, okay.
You made the big mistake you made was by talking about going to the Chinese buffet. What you should have said was, I'll go to the grocery store, I'll pick up a Stouffer's turkey, family turkey platter type thing. Get some those Bob Evans mashed potatoes at the deli. And
now, I like Bob
you
Evans.
You could have all your stuff done in the microwave.
Well, anyhow, we are planning a very quiet Turkey Day with all the fixings and our $6 pumpkin pie all the way from Sam's Club.
Ooh, splurging.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get mine with whipped cream this year. She's probably has an extra one to put in my face here.
Remember a few years ago when Patti LaBelle came out with her pies, and I saw a video on YouTube of some very enthusiastic Patti LaBelle fan screaming about how wonderful this pie was. Do you know they still make those? I haven't heard about them for years, and
they sound yummy.
I don't know. I've never had one. I toyed with the idea of getting one, but I hadn't heard about them for several years, and I thought maybe they quit making them.
This is a picture of me trying to prepare today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am on my second pot of coffee. Today's news this past 48 hours has been insane. And I want to thank one of my Facebook friends, John P. Lightning, who has his own radio show and podcast, who posted this. Just to recap the past 48 hours. The Capitol literally caught on fire. The Department of Education is now in charge of children's education. Teaching and nursing degrees are no longer classified as professional degrees. Also, some engineering degrees were also no longer classified as professional degrees. Trump called for the execution of sitting members of Congress because they made a video about upholding the Constitution. Trump said, "Quiet, piggy," to a reporter when she asked about the Epstein files. And swastikas are no longer classified as a hate symbol. Well, what happened was that on that note, something good happened, which was that the Coast Guard went ahead and rescinded that because of public opinion.
Point of order. They didn't rescind it.
They didn't.
Technically. What they said, and I heard this on NPR this morning, and I trust NPR more than some other news outlets, but they said that it was still going to be like however the government wanted to declassify it as a hate symbol or whatever, but it's still not going to be allowed on any of the on any of their ships or anything like that. They're not tolerating having it around. They're just tolerating letting people have this mental freedom of speech to have that stuff hanging around in their head.
Ladies and gentlemen,
isn't that messed
boys
up?
and girls of all ages, it is time for the news. I just see all these people just kind of running around the newsroom, And now, from the Spiritual News Network, the 24-hour day, 7-day a week newsroom, I am Reverend reporting.
Spiritual Information Network. We can call it SIN.
What now?
Spiritual Information Network, and we call
We
it
will
SIN.
call it.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Before we go into the news, Diana said not true. And
About what?
not true about the cast iron skillet.
Oh,
Going
I
at
don't believe that.
okay.
I think
You don't, or you do?
I don't. I think it was true. I think she did. I can picture her threatening you with that thing.
Yes, it is a 12-inch pie.
Oh yeah, the Patti LaBelle thing. Yeah.
And they are still making them, and you can get them at Walmart too.
Walmart. Yeah, it's like we want to make that family a little more wealthy.
And Crazy Land is way too inadequate in terms of describing what is going on in Washington and in our society.
Yeah.
Now, I'm disappointed about this first news article, Reverend Jeff. And the reason being is I thought that it would have a lot more like WWE action because of Donald Trump and Mayor Mondami meeting today. I thought it would be a knockdown, drag-out cage match. But it wasn't. People talked civilly today. And I have an opinion why here. President Donald Trump and incoming New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani both left an Oval Office meeting today saying that they want the Big Apple to thrive. Trump, a New York native and also has a lot of money invested in New York real estate, emphasized shared priorities despite sharp political differences. The better he does, the happier I am, the president said. The two spent just over a half an hour before reporters arrived, and Trump said that their meeting changed his perceptions about the job that the mayor-elect would do in his hometown. He had praise for Mamdani. He says that Trump described the mayor as an unconventional political figure with the potential to do something great for New York. He said he would feel very, very comfortable in being in New York City under Mamdani's leadership. The president also downplayed his previous threats to cut federal funding for the city. And let's see here. Trump pushed back against attacks on Mamdani from some of his own party, including New York gubernatorial candidate Elsie Stefanik, saying that he thinks that the mayor-elect is a rational person. Asked whether he agreed with Stefanik's opinion that Mamdani is a jihadist, Trump says, "No, I don't." And in a remarkable moment, Trump said it was okay for Mamdani to refer to him as a fascist, a label that the mayor-elect has used in public to refer to the president of the United States.
Well, Trump didn't invite him to the White House. Mamdani requested the meeting.
Okay.
So I doubt that Trump would be quite so conciliatory if Mamdani hadn't asked for a meeting. That just goes against his brand.
And I think that Trump realizes that he still has a lot of investments in New York City and that it would be to his benefit to be able to get along with the mayor. What do you think?
I think there's also something else going on. It's
Yes.
the fact that we're seeing GOP members and even MAGA members. What's the word I want to use? They're like rats fleeing a sinking ship. Okay, he's a lame duck president, and I think it's finally starting to dawn on him that he doesn't have the support that he used to have. And I think he's going to try to be mending some fences and trying to undo some of the bullshit that he's put out there before he totally screws up his legacy. I mean, surely to God it can't get much worse, but we're talking about DJT here, and yeah, it could get worse. So I think that's why he pulled back on the tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why he's being all Mr. Nice Guy with the new mayor of New York. He knows that his support's gone.
But wait,
There's
more.
Ooh.
Trump says he's not threatening death to Democratic lawmakers, but you better believe that they are in serious trouble. President DT insisted on Friday that he is not threatening death to Democratic lawmakers who are urging troops to disobey illegal orders that might be issued by the administration. But he has said that those lawmakers are in serious trouble. He said in a radio interview with Fox News, they report, you decide, I'm not threatening them, but I think that they're in serious trouble. I would say that they are in serious trouble. And I'm not threatening death, but I think they are in serious trouble. Reverend Jeff, do you think they're in serious trouble?
No, not really.
Well,
I do think that he was threatening them with. It sure sounded like a veiled death threat.
Well, anyhow, Democratic leaders and even a few Republicans condemned Trump's Thursday Truth Social post that accused the lawmakers of seditious behavior, punishable by death. The White House then denied that Trump wants members of Congress to be executed. And then what happened is that several of those individuals who went ahead and the lawmakers that went ahead and put together the video that shared with members of our military that it is their duty to disobey illegal orders, then they start getting death threats. So anyhow, one of the Democratic lawmakers who President DT accused of seditious behavior for urging the military to disobey illegal orders pushed back on the president's rhetoric, arguing that it is not sedition and that there is no place for threats of political violence in this country. Representative Maggie Goodlander told CNN's Wolf Blitzer, "What we have done is to say what the law is, and it is very telling that the president has become so unglued by a simple statement of federal law." Now, to all of our fine military out there, and maybe there's one or two watching our show here, before you take any action, please consult with attorneys and agencies that are being put together to combat what may come down the road very soon. Who determines whether or not it's a lawful order is a military court judge. So understand that you may be and probably will be court-martialed. So from factuality, it says that as regarding unlawful activity includes orders that directly cause criminal acts, violate the Constitution, breach U.S. law, or contravene international law and the laws of armed conflict, for example, orders to torture, deliberately targeting citizens, or publishing people without due process. Your opinion, Reverend Jeff?
Well, the official oath talks about defending the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And when it comes to the military oath, they're also told that they need to obey the orders of the president and those officers who are above them in rank. I think Trump heard that little part and then coupled it with the idea that the Supreme Court had given him free rein to run roughshod all over everybody and be totally immune from it. So that therefore no order that he could give could ever be construed or considered to be unlawful. However, you touched on it just a little bit. Only a military judge can make that decision, and the Uniform Code of Military Justice, the UCMJ, spells out specifically what can and can't be done. I want to say benefit of the doubt. That's not right. The burden of proof. The burden of proof when it comes to not obeying an unlawful order lies with the person who did not obey the order. That's why they put it up as part of a trial for the judge to decide, well, yes, this was an unlawful order. You did good by not following through on it. Or if he finds out, yes, this was a lawful order and you disobeyed a lawful order, then it carries some pretty harsh punishment. So
absolutely. Well, again,
an unlawful order is it's a touchy thing. And when I was in the Army, we were taught that when it comes from the president or a really high-ranking official, we let our top brass decide whether or not the order is lawful or not. Now, if we're out doing whatever and the sergeant comes up, your platoon sergeant comes up and says, hey, I need you to do this over here, and you know it's illegal, you don't need to wait on anybody else to tell you no, you don't need to obey that.
Okay, so
when it comes from the higher ups, you let the brass handle that.
Okay. Hypothetical. That Trump goes ahead and allows National Guard and or regular military to come into the cities and start shooting civilians.
That's an unlawful order if ever I heard one.
But that's from the president, though. Here you have someone who thought that it would be okay to shoot civilians in his first term while he was in front of a church holding a Bible the wrong way, asking his advisors whether or not that they could shoot people in the leg just to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Again, folks, we're
asked about it, but at least he didn't say that he wanted somebody to do it. Had he done that, he would have crossed the line.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time that we take a break because, again, the reason that we've all tuned in this evening to the Friday evening fireside chat is because of Reverend Jeff's story of the week. Not one, but two for the price of one. Now, does that mean that Rev Doc has to pay you double?
Whatever Rev Doc does is fine.
Boy, you're just kind of.
I'm gobsmacked by the new. He posted a comment about Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning her post from Congress, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, that's good because that means that John Ossoff doesn't have to run against her. They can just go ahead and put him in. And
now, seriously? Did she?
Yeah, I'm looking at another news story right now from AP.
Did she?
She is resigning as of in January.
No. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Rev Doc broke it.
Thank you, Rev Doc.
Shattered all over everywhere.
Well, at least I didn't get a call on the red phone.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? You're not supposed to answer the red phone. That's Alfred's job.
Oh, okay. Well, the red phone in the radio studio, the back line is for the program director or the owner to chew you out.
Ooh, that red phone. Okay.
All right. We will take a break here, and I just wanted to tell everyone, hi there. This is a Friday evening fireside chat here on your New Thought Media Network. We're taking a quick break here as I get my announcement up here. Wow. Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning. That's interesting. Well, anyhow, just to let everyone know that yours truly is helping at Summit Center for Spiritual Living in Akron, Ohio. And for more information, go to that website, summitcsl.org. There you will find great information on how to join our Sunday morning Zoom call at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. Grab your cup of coffee, your tea, your espresso, your Irish coffee, and come join us. I do believe that we have one of the best services in New Thought. And this Sunday, we will have a talk by New Thought Media Network's chief #1 troublemaker, the Reverend Jeff Radcliff.
With no F-bomb clearance. I'm going to be so
I don't know if you're going to be able to do that.
I'm going to do my best. Not to.
So for more information, go to summitcsl.org. See, just to tune in to see if Jeff doesn't use any F-bombs. It really, that's worth the price of admission. So come join us on Sunday, summitcsl.org. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. This is, again, the Friday evening fireside chat here on your New Thought Media Network.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for being part of the New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network is excited to present Divine Science Everywhere, Fridays at 2 p.m. Mountain Time and 4 p.m. Eastern. Come explore a modern experience of divine science. With Reverend Joy Fletcher, Reverend Jeff Radcliff, and Bishop Durrell Watkins. Join us as we open our eyes to divine science everywhere we look. Fridays on New Thought Media Network.
The views and opinions expressed by Pastor Michael Mangus are generally right. However, they are his own and do not reflect the views and opinions of New Thought Media Network, Centers for Spiritual Living, or any other person living or dead. As they say in the 12-Step Recovery Program, take what you like and leave the rest. Here again is Pastor Michael.
Along with the Reverend Jeff Radcliff, who is doing double duty on Fridays now.
Yeah, it's
He
exhausting.
does his program at 4 and then comes and helps out this mild-mannered minister with his program.
Who doesn't know how to push the go on the air button. You did good this time.
I heard, though, that I may lose my Society of Broadcast Engineer card for that.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Well, once again, we are here this evening for Reverend Jeff's story of the week. Let's see here. Can I get that? Hold on here. I have to put, no, that's still on. Okay, I have to turn that off. I have to do here. And now, hold on here.
Now here's Reverend Jeff Radcliffe with the story of the week.
Come on.
Week.
I love that.
Now here's Reverend Jeff Radcliffe with the story of the week.
He did this last week, too. He didn't want to shut up.
I don't know.
That's funny.
All right. Go ahead, Reverend Jeff.
I'm kind of disappointed today. I mean, as much crap has gone on this past week, I'm feeling relatively calm about things. Usually I'm more worked up, and I need these stories of the week to calm me down. We do these stories because we wanted to take and make some fun of what's happening in the world today. My story of the week, though, is more along the lines of there's still good going on in the world. And I heard about this one, first of all, on NPR earlier this week. And then a couple of days later, I found a news article about it. And I'm like, this has to be a story of the week. A nonprofit organization called Lasagna Love organizes volunteers willing to cook and deliver free lasagnas to anybody who asks. They started back in the pandemic in 2020. People were locked in. They were lonely. Elderly people couldn't get out. Disabled people couldn't get out. And so it started there, and then just kind of blossomed. It's in all 50 states. It's in 3 other countries. It's in England and Canada and Australia. And they also operate in our territory of Puerto Rico. They had been getting about 2,500 requests a week for a lasagna for people who needed one. Then when the government shut down in late October, they went from 2,500 requests a week to 10,000 a week. And so what they do basically is you go onto the website, and I'll give you the web address here in a little bit, and you request it. They reach out to the state where you're in and find volunteers in your area who are willing to cook and deliver a lasagna to you. The regional coordinator, Dia Hobbs, says that she knows that a homemade lasagna won't fix everything, but it does bring some kindness into people's lives. So go to their website. They are lasagnalove.org, LASAGNALOVE.org. So there's some good going for people who have been hungry, who haven't been paid for, a few weeks. It's some help that they need. Second group that I want to tell you about, another impressive nonprofit, marking their 40th anniversary, distributing billions of dollars of new merchandise from retailers to families in need. They're called Delivering Good. It's the name of the organization. They were founded in 1985. They have distributed more than $3 billion worth of clothing, toys, and other home goods to people affected by poverty, disaster, and all kinds of other life challenges, and it's all free of charge. And they like today, they specialize in disaster relief as well, with distribution initiatives like the Basic Comforts Pack, which is essential new items to get a first step toward comfort and normalcy and hope. It started originally as an organization known as Kids in Distressed Situations. And they were asking, the founders were asking nonprofits a straightforward question: would you rather receive money or new product? And the answer was a new product. So they started distributing. Children in foster care, shelters, living in poverty, they weren't getting a whole lot of good stuff. So these folks stepped in and did something about it. And so Kids went and morphed all the way into something incredible called Delivering Good. And they stepped up during Hurricane Katrina, during Hurricane Rita. They've gone into you saw a picture. There's their warehouse. You also saw a picture Michael put up just a minute ago of their fashion delivers effort, where they have like a clothing store for people who need new clothes. So they have got this going on. They've been fueled by heart and passion and caring. And that has been in short supply from our government these days. But locally, people have been stepping up. Here, where I live in Tennessee, people have really stepped up to help supply the food banks with money to buy food, and they have delivered groceries and whatnot. And so this is where it's at. This is what Jesus the Christ talked about when he said, love thy neighbor. This is what he's talking about. Everything from Hurricane Helene to the California wildfires and everything in between. This is what it's all about. So Delivering Good, my second story of the week. And deliveringgood.org. It's delivering-good.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, that is Reverend Jeff's story of the week. Week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have breaking news. Oh, quit with that. Wrap it up.
We need the news. We don't need the music.
Well,
let's get to
the
the
problem
news.
is that StreamYard doesn't mix very well with my voice. Yes, it is true. GOP Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene will resign in January. I will be resigning from office, with my last day being January 5th, 2026. She made the announcement in a post on social media just days after her public falling out with President DT. The president has rescinded his support for his one-time staunch ally and said that he'd support a primary challenger against her. Greene says, I have too much self-respect and dignity, love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president we've all fought for, only to fight and win my election, while Republicans will likely lose the midterm. Your comments on that, Reverend Jeff?
This article that I was looking at after Rev Doc mentioned it was updated at 7:23 p.m. Central Time. It's now 7:45 p.m. Central Time, and already we're seeing conspiracy theorists come out of the woodwork. Somebody saying that they think that she's setting herself up for a presidential run, and then you've got somebody else saying that she would be the one and only person who could get less votes than Kamala Harris. But I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is jumping ship. Jumping ship, that was the term I was looking for a little while ago.
Okay.
I think the fact that she's jumping ship, MAGA is floundering right now. MAGA is floundering. And I don't think it's going to be much more, crap coming out of the White House. He's already alienated people with the Epstein files, his own followers. Now this happening, they're not long. It's not long for them.
That's why we all need to keep our peace, to continue doing what we're doing as far as our social action, continuing to speak up, speak out, do not be afraid, to continue putting the pressure on this government that has gone astray. I mean, it has completely gone off the wire here. Folks, this is not the time to go ahead and to bury your head in the sand and ignore this. This is the time of power to be able to do, again, what you are called to do. Not everyone is called to go out into the streets, but we are all called to do something here to turn the tide here, to turn the ship around. Isn't this interesting? Now, I was going to ask you this, since you are an expert on the Bible.
I wouldn't call me that.
Well, okay. Do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene had a Damascus moment where she, again, the room filled with light, and Jesus appeared to her and said, "You're going the wrong way."
Room, it was a road, but
Damascus Road. Okay,
yeah,
the road to Damascus. Okay,
the road to Damascus, and I'd like to think she did, but I really don't. She's talking a good game right now, and she's actually following through with a little bit. But, Paul said, "Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only." And all we've heard from her is her spouting her beliefs, but she's not done a whole lot with them. And she talks peace and love, and yet she turns around and does something different. I think we need to withhold judgment and just wait and see what happens. Let it unfold.
Isn't it interesting, though, that she starts getting death threats because she's going against the president?
I did just get a message from a friend of mine who said that she thought that Marjorie Taylor Greene meeting with the victims of the Epstein and Trump debacle has caused her to become a little more woke, for lack of a better word, and that may have affected her. I mean, this is the same woman who didn't give two shits about people losing their health insurance until her kids came to her and said, "You know what? Our health insurance is going to go through the roof. We're not going to be able to afford the premiums." And a lot of people are like that. They don't look far enough down the road to anticipate anything. They only learn the lesson once it comes knocking on their front door. And that's possibly what's going on with her.
Since you are our staff prophet here at the New Thought Media Network, do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene will turn Democratic?
No. No.
So, okay.
I don't. And even if she did, I still think John Ossoff is a better choice for her district and her constituents. So
Wouldn't that be interesting if her district goes blue?
that's what I'm saying. All you folks who are listening in her area, John Ossoff was going to run against her. Now he doesn't have her to run against. God only knows who the GOP is going to put up there to try to take her place. But vote for John Ossoff and see some change. See it go from red to blue.
Okay. Well,
Here
you go. Here's one more story. You know what? I prepare like 3 hours for this, and I have just tons of stories that I usually don't get to, but I wanted to get to this one because I cannot believe a sitting president would do this. Trump faces criticism for referring to a female Bloomberg reporter as piggy. Critics accuse the U.S. president of trying to shut women journalists up with demeaning language. Trump faces criticism for referring to the female reporter as piggy. Critics accuse the U.S. president of trying to shut women journalists up. DT, who has a history of making extreme political and personal attacks on female journalists, referred to a Bloomberg News correspondent as piggy. While the remarks didn't initially get much attention, it picked up some traction on Tuesday and has drawn backlash from fellow journalists, including some who have previously been attacked by Trump themselves. Kathy Lucy, who was the Bloomberg White House correspondent, had taken advantage of a press opportunity with the president, known as a gaggle, to ask a question about the unfolding Jeffrey Epstein scandal and the possibility of the House voting to release all of the files related to his case, which happened. As Lucy started to ask why Trump was behaving the way that he was if there was nothing incriminating in the files, Trump pointed at her and said, "Quiet, quiet, piggy." CBS News reporter Jennifer Jacobs first reported that Trump called a Bloomberg News reporter piggy, though she did not specify who it was. CNN Jake Tapper wrote on X, "Disgusting and completely unacceptable." When asked about the incident, Lucy directed The Guardian to a spokesperson for her news organization who said, "Our White House journalists perform a vital public service, asking questions without fear or favor. We remain focused on reporting of issues of the public interest fairly and accurately." Now, what is interesting here is that Caroline Leavitt responded to the president's comment, saying that DT is very frank and honest with everyone in this room. Speaking during her media briefing at the White House, Leavitt allowed that Trump sometimes gets frustrated with reporters, but she insisted that he is the most transparent president in history. Leavitt also said that he is speaking to reporters nearly every day, as Trump has done since taking office in January, is a lot more respectful than Democratic President Joe Biden, who took questions more infrequently. He also said that reporters should appreciate the fairness and the openness that you get from President Trump. We have
We
received,
get openness. We don't get fairness from him. So.
but we have received comment here from this piggy. He called a reporter piggy, just another little man afraid of a strong woman. Moi suggests that he keep his mouth shut, and every time he opens it, his insecurities fall out.
Yeah, well, but you know, Trump, this is not new behavior for him. He's been talking crap about women for years. Rosie O'Donnell called her a fat slob. You know, he's called women dogs. He's called said the one woman, I can't remember what her name was, looked like a horse. And I saw an article. Interestingly enough, I didn't bother to read it because I thought to myself, I don't care at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of him. But they were delving into what it is in his past that is making him refer to women as animals. I wish I could find that article now. I'd read it now. So, you know, but at the time I saw it, it was like, no. But yeah,
No. Now, okay, so I read something earlier before we came on the air on Facebook by Reverend Dr. Ron Fox, who is an esteemed religious science minister. And Ron said that he says we've lost our sense of outrage in this country. Is that when people do stupid things like this, that what happens is that, again, that we're afraid to say, this is just not appropriate. And Tim has said, she says, piggy sounds like picky to my ears. Your final comments, Reverend Jeff.
Well, we come on here and we present some of these news stories and we make fun of them because, well, number one, it's a lot of fun to make fun of these stupid ass. But number two, it lets you realize, it lets you know, it lets you recognize that things are not as dire as it looks. Now, granted, yeah, Trump right now is like a cornered rat, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. But the thing of it is going to be getting better. It starts when we do our spiritual practice. That means praying for our country, praying for ourselves and our own peace of mind, visualizing the life that we desire for ourselves rather than the bullshit that we're looking at right now, which is stuff that we don't want. Second thing we want you to do is not only remember your spiritual practice, but when you have the opportunity to do so, please vote, because your voice is important. And
Absolutely.
We want to remind you of that as well. So that's why we're here. I was not able to participate in early election for what we got going on here. So I was able to get a mail-in ballot, and I cast my vote just the other day. So I did my part. I continue to pray and do my own spiritual practice. Please join me in doing that.
Absolutely. And you're going to be appearing this Sunday at
Yes.
Summit CSL.
Yeah.
And what is your topic?
Naked from the waist up.
What now?
I'll be naked from the waist up.
You really want to get me into hot water, don't you?
I do. I really do. I'm trying to be outrageous. I'm saying from the waist up because, you know, what happens if I would happen to lean over backward in my chair and I'd go flying? I don't want everybody's, you know, I don't want to like be kicked off.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened here on our network.
I know. Yeah. But if I come with just no shirt, then
right.
You know, it's okay. It's socially acceptable.
So what will you be speaking on this Sunday?
Speaking on this Sunday, we are going to be talking about the difference between being thankful and being grateful.
Wow.
Thanksgiving is coming up next week, and it seemed like the perfect time. These are very closely related ideas, but there are differences, and we're going to look at those.
So if you would like to see Reverend Jeff live and in person, well, no, he's going to be on camera. But if you would like to be in the Zoom room, go to summitcsl.org and get all the Zoom information. And then you get to see Reverend Jeff Radcliff. Dun, 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 dun.
And if I'm going to be without the shirt, y'all bring beads. This is our
Oh,
our
no. This is not the start of Mardi Gras yet.
Can I come back from Mardi Gras? Can I do Mardi Gras? I'll have to talk to Diane about that.
Now, again,
It's going to be good, and it's going to be above board and proper. So,
all right,
bring the kids; it'll be okay.
It will be G-rated.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't use any F-bombs. I'm proud of you this evening.
Oh, I can change that real quick. No, we're running over. Rev Doc could have a fit and fall in it if I did.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Folks, thank you again very much for joining us this evening. We're going to take next week off, so we'll run a best of. But we will be back the following week with another fun-filled throw-packed and, yes, guaranteed exciting edition of the Friday Evening Fireside Chat here on your New Thought Media Network. I am Reverend Michael, and I'm going to wish you a very pleasant good night and also have a wonderful week.
Thanks for joining us this evening for Friday's Fireside Chat with Pastor Michael Mangus. Join us again next week at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain for more spiritual conversations for today. For more information and replays of past shows, please visit the New Thought Radio and Media Network's Facebook page. Until next week, may God bless you richly and abundantly.